Hi, I'm Lee Iridium. Hope you're doing all right today. Hope you had a great Christmas. I had a good Christmas. It went as planned. It was pretty cool. Oh, and I got this for Christmas. One of my cool prezzies for Christmas. There you go. Very cool indeed. So, I'm back at work. I'm in the car, which means we're going to do some old reactions. So, this one, Hericane Alice, Wild, Young and Crazy. Wolf Tracks has asked for this one. And the other day I did a song, a new one, and it had a guy from this band, originally from this band, and it's escaping me now. I do so much blimmin' reactions and that, and I lose track sometimes. But heard of this band, not heard their music. Hericane Alice. This one, I believe, is from 1990. So yeah, just before the grunge explosion, if you like. Still sort of hanging on to the hair metal, melodic, hard rock sort of stuff. But just around the corner, as we know what happened. There's no need to go into that again. But so Wolf Tracks asked for this one. Hericane Alice, Wild, Young and Crazy. Sounds like fun. Here we go. Give it a quick stop there. Always do halfway through, as you know. Well, man, it's great. It's absolutely great. It's obviously, you know what, it would be idiots to call ourselves, to say to ourselves, this is something original. Some would blame, you know, the amount of bands, you know, that were being signed at the time, at the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, which was sort of the reason why it was so easy for something different like grunge to come in and take over. And you know what? These are another band that are brilliant at what they do. The singer's good looking, and he's really cool looking. The whole band sound excellent. It's a tight rhythm section. It's a fun, rocking, if you want to call it, hair metal song. I love it. I love everything about it. To say it's, you know, not been done before this, you know, this sounds like so many bands at the time. It does. And you get the same problems now. You get the same problems now with bands sounding the same. It's just the way it is. And I just think, and I've said this before, because rock and metal will never be at the heights it was in the 80s, topping the charts all over the radio on MTV, the same will not happen again. You know, where it would die out completely and go so underground, because it's not so big that it will implode, if you like. That's my that's only my opinion, by the way, but you know, you can understand why it did at the same time, because it was so big. When something gets so big, something has to happen and something has to take over. But this is great. I absolutely love it. It's a bit sleazy, typical of that, you know, mid-80s to late 80s, early 90s sort of stuff. Just really solid stuff. Absolutely solid. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm really excited about to hear the solo, actually, because what we've heard so far is just a load of riffing, no lead offs as such. Looking forward to hear a solo. It's got to be a solo, isn't there? It'd been sacrilege back then not to have a solo. Here we go for the rest of it.
I'm taking a number. No more wasting my time. Life don't get any longer. So don't you fall behind.
Here we go. Brilliant. I absolutely loved it. It was just fitting in with right all that. Some of these suggestions that some of you guys are coming out with are just brilliant. It's good to get back and see what I missed, you know. And I think at them beginning of the 90s, I was even caught up by that time. I'd sort of, with this sort of music, I was sort of losing interest a little bit at the time. But you know, class always stays, doesn't it? And you know, it becomes like it comes back into your life, like this band. So like, you know, you might veer off into other little things that interest you, but they don't last long. You know what I mean? It's I think that my heart is really where this sort of music is, and it always has been. It's just that I veered off to listen to other, always in the metal genre, but other metal. But anyway, absolutely loved it. The guitar solo was amazing. In fact, it reminded me a little bit of George Lynch, the playing, and that solo was just fantastic. Absolutely amazing solo. I was expecting an amazing solo because there were some fucking great guitarists about then, you know, that always would give you a brilliant solo. That was part of the hair metal scene, wasn't it? You had to have a fucking guitar god on lead guitar. Absolutely superb. Brilliant suggestion, Wolf Tracks. Hericane Alice, wild, young and crazy. Have you heard this before? If you haven't, what did you think of it? Whatever if you've heard it before or not, just put in the comments below. Do you love this song? It's fucking fun, wasn't it? And I'll see you next time.